Hey guys, this is Christina again, so I'm kind of restarting. But this is the 4 Facebook insider ad secrets that you need to know and how to use them to create ads that capture and convert real estate leads. We're gonna do I'm going to do the whole training and everything, and I'll tell you in a minute everything is going to encompass. And at the end, right before we do the live Q&A, I'm going to put up a post on my leads and leverage page. And in that post, if you guys will share with me your kind of your one aha moment, whoever posts on there, whoever comments on there, I will just randomly pick one of you, and you will get 2 months free access to Facebook Domination Secret, which is our full membership. This is not a pitch webinar. That's just a freebie that I'm giving away for attending. So if you do those things, and I'll make it clear when we're going to get to that point, but so the reason I'm telling you this is so kind of watch for something in the webinar that you went, aha, that, your aha moment in it, that I just want to kind of see what that was for you guys. So here we go. So first of all, I'm going to show you, or not first of all, the whole thing is I'm going to show you how to write an ad that's going to capture your prospect's attention, and it's going to compel them to actually take action on your ad, because the goal, of course, is to get people into your database so you know who actually wants to buy or sell. And it's basically an ad that captures attention and simultaneously compels prospects to take action is an ad that will be a lead generating machine for your real estate business. And I'm assuming that we all want leads, and we want to generate leads, and we want to get them in so that we can actually have more sales. So that's what I'm going from. So basically there's basically 4 secrets, quote unquote secrets, to writing a compelling and captivating ad for Facebook. And then I got a couple tips in there that will help keep Facebook from shutting down your ad. The thing is most ads fail. They fail because they don't embody these 4 ad writing secrets. On one hand, these 4 secrets are simple and very basic at their core. However, implementing these 4 ad writing secrets, it takes practice. Secret number 1 is intimacy. Intimacy is a deep knowledge and understanding of a person, otherwise known as your target audience. So you must intimately know your target audience, and this is an absolute must. You cannot write an ad that captures and converts if you have no idea what captures your audience's attention, if you don't know what their dreams and desires are. So you must pick a single target audience before writing your ad. Your ad must be for a single target audience. You're not limited to one audience. It's not like declaring a niche and only sticking with that. This is just for one ad. So you are limited to one audience for an ad if you want it to be successful, if you want it to actually capture and convert. So don't feel like you're being hemmed in and you have to be the first time home buyer condo queen for females, female, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. When you go, you don't have to be limited by that niche, but your ad needs to focus on something that narrow. Don't try to target multiple audiences in one ad. Your ad will fail. One of the things that I see a lot is our agents who try or just anybody who tries to write an ad that, if you don't want to buy, I also help sell. And, but if you want to do that, I can help with this. And so you don't want to do that. So you want to do one target audience. The problem is do not try to write an ad to everyone in a misguided effort to not miss anyone. Unfortunately, you'll appeal to no one and your ad will fail. Secret number 2, you need to write to an audience of one. You need to speak to an audience of one. No one likes being spoken to. They like being conversed with. So you don't want to speak to them. You want to have a conversation with them. Stop trying to address the masses. This is part of the audience of one. Keep in mind that this isn't a speech to the masses. It's a conversation with an individual. Picture a single individual and speak directly to them as if they were standing face to face with you. You give your individual a face. Picture them when you're writing your ad. Heck, cut out a picture from a magazine or download a picture off the internet. I know it sounds kooky, but it really helps. It helps you realize that this is a one-on-one conversation. And it's more compelling when you're actually having a one-on-one kind of intimate conversation with someone and you're learning about them and know about them. You're a human, not a robot. I hope there's no robots on here. Your target individual is a human and not a robot. So speak to them conversationally, not robotically. Here's some examples. Mass posting things like new blog post at, or just listed, or new listing, or come to my open house. Those are all kind of robotic speak. Humans ask questions, so you need to ask questions in your ads. Humans give opinions. You need to give an opinion in your ad. You don't need to do all of these at once. These are just things that you can do to create a conversation. Humans show emotion. You need to show some emotion in your ads. Secret number 3, singularly focused. Your ads need to have one single focus. You want prospects to do one single thing. One call to action, not multiple. And I kind of brushed on this just a little bit ago. Don't try to put multiple calls to actions in your ads. In other words, don't run an ad to get buyers to look at a home search and also try to get them to like your page or try to find out if they have a house to sell. It confuses the prospect and it freezes them. They won't respond. You want to make it easy on them. You want to make it simple on them. You want to give them one choice and one choice only. So, sorry about that, Lee. I'm sorry, I forgot to change the secret. This is still secret number 4. Oops, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. Got mixed up on that. So one specific goal, and I told you that. No, I just messed up. What did I do? Okay, so I did the one call to action. Sorry about that, guys. So one specific goal. You need to have a single goal for your ad. Stop trying to capture all buyers and all sellers in a single ad. Use separate ads for that. Think one action, one goal. So number 4 is you need to understand what you are selling. This is a big one. We come at ads like we're selling a house, but we aren't actually selling a house. We aren't selling a house at all. You aren't selling a house. You're selling a lifestyle. You're selling a dream. You're selling a desire. You're selling you. You're not actually selling the house. So secrets number 1 and 4, they're really kind of in tandem with each other. In order to succeed at selling a lifestyle, dream, or desire, you must have an intimate understanding of your target audience. So without this knowledge, your ads will make no connections and they'll pretty much fail. So like I said, in order to sell a lifestyle, dream, or desire, you have to understand what your target audience's dream or desire is. So you need to figure out the picture in your buyer's mind's eye. What do they hope for? What do they want? What do they desire? Do they want more bedrooms, more privacy, bigger yard, man cave, workshop, larger garage, active neighborhood? Do they want an extra bedroom or 2? Do they want room for their kids to have more privacy? Do they want more areas to entertain in? Do they want outdoor space for summer barbecues? Do they want to drive their golf cart from their garage to the golf course or swim off their deck? These are, instead of reaching out and grasping, figure out what they want and then target. Don't try to paint a massive mural. This is still all under knowing what you're selling. Paint a small aspect of the mural, or otherwise known as the lifestyle, in the ad, the aspect that tugs at them most. Create multiple ads to reach different emotional tugs. You still want to keep it very focused, very single-mindedly focused. Don't advertise as a big one. Don't advertise individual homes. Advertising a specific house it's push marketing. Try pull marketing instead. Promote specific lifestyles, specific desires, and pull prospects over to go deeper. Use home searches and capture those prospects. And by pulling prospects over to go deeper, you can build a relationship, thus creating a client with them. So basically, kind of the 4 secrets in review. You need to intimately understand your target audience. You need to speak to an audience of 1. you need to stay singularly focused. One call to action in your ad. Don't revert to the main call to action and then but if you don't like this, then do this. But if you don't like this, then do that. Don't do that. You want to one of the big things about the singularly focus is you want that to weed out people. You're not going to lose them. You can run a different ad with a different focus, but in this ad, you want people who want this, who are very focused on this. It really helps increase the quality of the prospects that you're going to get from these ads. And you need to understand that you're selling a lifestyle, not a house. So advertising a specific house, like I said, is push marketing. So you can do that. I mean, you're satisfying the seller's desires, but quite honestly, you're going to get a lot more people who are interested in buying if you advertise a lifestyle. So I want to get into some tactical, but real quick, I'm going to get into some tactical here. Real quick, what I want to do is get into see if you guys have any quick questions on that. Anything on those kind of 4 secrets. It's getting into some copywriting and things like that. And if those questions I think will be answered when we get over to the implementation part of this, then I'll defer the questions to that because I'm going to use the Facebook ads cheat sheet that I gave you, and we're going to get into exactly some of the copywriting stuff that you need. So if you have any questions, go ahead and hit me with them right now real quick about the four kind of copywriting secrets that you need to know. And if there's new people on, I just want you guys to know, right before I do the full live Q&A, I'm going to do a quick little contest on my Facebook page to give away 2 months of the FDS access. So nothing selling. It'll just be right before the Q&A, so you guys have time to answer that. Okay, so I don't see any questions right now. If you do and it's just not coming over to me, then I'll answer it later. So tactical, hands-on, how to implement. Let's get into the key elements you need in place in order for your ad to actually produce results. Now, this is assuming that you've implemented the 4 secrets and have written an ad that is captivating and compelling, of course. I mean, there's some assumptions here. The first one, it's all in the headline. The headline is 80% of the ad. In other words, spend the most time on crafting the perfect headline. That's really where you want to focus your time. The rest falls into place pretty much. 2, the perfect image. Now, you need the perfect image. Here's how to find it. Number 1, it must reflect the emotion, dream, or desire that you're trying to tug on. You need to have it in alignment. 2, in real estate ads right now on Facebook, images without text are converting at a higher rate than images with text. So that's right now. This will probably change, but right now for the last couple of months, it's been images without text for real estate ads are converting higher. Number 3, it must be a crystal clear image. You need to have it clear. It needs to be a really good quality. Number 4, and this is a Facebook rule, your image must align with the ad or Facebook will shut your ad down. So if you have an image, I don't know, something random that's completely doesn't have the emotion, desire, physical image of anything that you're saying in your ad, Facebook will shut you down. And if you do that, it's against their terms of service to be that separate. So be very careful because they will shut your ad account down too if you do that more than once or twice. So make sure the image is clear, make sure that there's no text on it, and make sure it clearly reflects somehow the emotion, the dream, or the desire of the ad writing itself. Okay, number 3, you need an IDX with registration required, period. When you're running these ads and promoting lifestyle home searches, you must capture their information or the ad is not producing results for you. You must require registration on your IDX home search, kind of period. Ask for their name, email, and their phone number. And this is imperative. It's really not worth it to run an ad that the ad itself gets likes or the ad itself gets comments if the ad is not actually getting people to give you their contact information. Even if the ad's getting click-throughs to the landing page that you're using, which is your IDX, and I'll show you this in a minute. If the ad, even if it's getting click-throughs, if you're not getting registrations, the ad's not working. And it's not just the ad. The ad might be getting people there, but your landing page isn't working to convert. And like I said, I'm going to show you some examples of that here in a minute. Number 4, you need no distractions. When you make sure that the link that you're sending prospects to is only a home search link. In other words, you don't want it embedded on your website with other places that they can go. Remember, keep your ads and the entire ad process singularly focused. One thing, one concept, one emotion in the ad. When they go to the link, it's still radiating that exact same concept, that exact same emotion in the ad itself. Very singularly focused. So when they land on that page, it's still the same focus. We are so full of distractions in our society. I mean, Facebook, it's constant stuff on the feeds. We're getting texts, we're everywhere. We're playing Candy Crush, we're playing Trivia Crack, and all this stuff. There's so much. We have the TVs on. We're driving when we shouldn't be doing all this at the same time, but we do. And so you need to make it super easy and something that they're not easily distracted from. So if you give them too much to think about, that's different than the focus that you want, they won't stay with you through that process. Do not send prospects to a home search that gives them options. And so here's what I mean. Go behind the scenes in your IDX and do the specific lifestyle search yourself and grab that link. If your IDX does not allow you to create what I call jump links, you need to dump that IDX and get a different one. You should need to be able, you should be able to do a search for, this is an example, say you want to work with buyers in the $400,000 to $500,000 range. You need to be able to go in to your IDX, do a search for homes in a specific town or zip code or neighborhood or whatever from 400 to 500,000, and that creates a link for you to give out publicly. That's what you need to be able to do. That link is what you'll advertise in your ads. Do not make the process complicated or hard on your prospects. Don't make them think. Keep them focused on the same desire or dream that tugged them to you in the first place. You want to keep that flow going, nice and easy, really easy on them. Tactical tip number 6. This is a big one. You need to follow up. When they register, you need to follow up. And I'm not talking about a single phone call or a single email. I'm talking about a long-term, consistent, and frequent contact. And frequent is not once a week or a couple times a month. Frequent is several times in the first 7 to 10 days, and then at least twice a week thereafter. And this is from all sources. I'm talking if you're phone calling, if you're emailing, if you're sending mail, if you're seeing them in person, twice a week thereafter from all sources. This is why email is a good, and direct mail are good foundational underlying support for your follow-up. But there's a caveat to this. You don't want to badger. You're not trying to beg them for the sale. This is not the point of follow-up. The point of follow-up is to give, to serve, to provide. Those things. You want to give them what they need. You want to answer their questions. You want to serve them. You want to be there. That's the whole point of follow-up. It's okay to give away stuff, free information, quote unquote. They're not going to, if one person takes something that you give and manages to FSBO, buy for sale by owner, buy a house, that's okay. It's okay. They learned from you, you gave to them. But in all honesty, they're not going to be able to take your years of negotiating experience or your years of connecting and networking with realtors in the area to know, who to avoid and who not to avoid, et cetera. They're not going to be able to take that and learn from that. They don't have the same life experiences you do. Don't be afraid to give it away. This webinar is a perfect example. I'm giving you everything that I do and in my own business, both real estate and leads and leverage. This is exactly what I do. Exactly the same thing. Me giving it to you doesn't lessen the value of anything that I have available that I charge for. It's just giving. It's going to help you. Some of you are going to take this and run with it and not need any more. Others are going to be, I need more help. Okay, that's what I'm there for. So that's what you need to be there for as a realtor. Give the people, answer their questions, give them what they need. I'm not talking about go and write a contract for them. That's the paying you part. I'm just talking about, understanding the process and just the whole concept of helping them and serving them. So here's where we're going to kind of go deep. I'm going to go over to the Facebook ad cheat sheet, for real estate buyer leads. And I'm going to walk you through it and kind of where each thing means. Like when we're talking about the headline, where exactly the headlines should go. Even though there is a headline category on the cheat sheet, what does that really mean? What really goes there? So let's just hop on over there. Let me minimize that and go over to the cheat sheet. Okay, so if you guys have the cheat sheet in your hand, hopefully you do. And if you don't, I will actually email you guys, whoever does, I'll email you guys a link in the follow-up to this webinar. I'll email you the link so you can access the cheat sheet and get your hands on it. So this is a visual of a finished ad. This is actually a desktop visual of the finished ad, but it is a visual of the ad. And so I wanted to show kind of where all of the pieces go. When you go to write your ad, first of all, you have the website URL, and that website URL will actually go here, right here. Now, you can put text over that website URL. I'll show you that in a minute. But I wanted to show you an example of probably a very ideal IDX home search landing page. It is right here. This is the link that she uses in her ads, okay? If you'll notice something, there's nothing here. There's no information about her. There's no information about call us for this or do this or links to other that. Her legal information is down here. But at the top, the only thing they can do is there's the answer to their ad. The answer to their ad, homes, whatever the ad was for this, these are the homes. This is the answer to it. So they can go on here and go, oh, okay, all right. Oh, I like this one, and click on it and go to it. Now, I believe, I'll make sure, let's just click on one of these. I believe it's going to require registration either on the first one or after the first one. And that's what you want to do. So it's going to pop up. It's taking a minute. I've got a little bit of a delay on my internet here, guys. Let me make sure this is... Yeah, it looks like it's going to pop up. Yeah. Okay. So this is what happens. This is beautiful. You have the search. This is exactly what they looked for. There's no question, no confusion for them, no options to change it. You want one focus in the ad. They pop up, a new listing pops up. Now the listing is sitting there behind her registration screen, tantalizing. So they know the information is there. Okay. So they go to register, and I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Submit. Okay. So now when I register, I just gave her my information. And now I can look in more detail at the ad, at the property itself. And then I can continue to look at other ads. But this is ideal because there's no distractions. There's nothing there. So this is the link that you actually want to use when here, which is actually here under the display link. And it's what it is when they click on, they can either click on this image or click down here on the link, or they can click on the call to action. Anywhere they click, they're going to go to this page right here. Perfect flow. Second, the text here. A strong call to action. And of course, I said a strong call to action that resonates with the targeted buyer, convinces them to click on your ad. Here's the deal with the text. If you work in Power Editor, not Ads Manager, but Power Editor, you basically have unlimited text space here. And that's pretty awesome. But you want to use it very wisely. The first thing you want to do is you want to have, I can't highlight that, but you want to have a capitalized call to action. Remember, that call to action can be a question. It can be evoking some emotion. It can be a conversation. Whatever it is, don't push, engage. Engage a conversation. Imagine yourself talking to somebody, and pick somebody, if you've had transactions, if you're brand new to real estate, you will have to just draw on either other people's experience or some ideas of your own. But if you've been in real estate for a while, you know your ideal customer. I mean, you know your realistic ideal customer. You know that. Don't think that you're limiting yourself by drawing on the experience from that ideal client. Figure out who they were, what they were looking for, how they liked to do business, things like that, and use that for your ad. Just use that person in your mind's eye. So, and appeal to them through the text here. An example is if you work with investors, a lot of them, they want cash flow. Are you tired of trying to find a cash flow property? That's a question that could go here. And then the next line, you could say, I found them. Here you go. And then give them a link to them to find it, or something along those lines. But you're appealing at what they're struggling with. If that is indeed your investor struggles in your market, and you can provide the answer to that struggle. So hopefully that's answering that for you. So your call to action, this first line is your headline. I know this says headline here, but right here, that's the first thing people are going to see. So spend 80% of your time on that capitalized headline and try to make it short, 5 to 7 words tops. And a variation of that exact same capitalized headline should go here. Not the exact same thing, but definitely a bit variation. One of the ones like, do you want a Facebook ads cheat sheet for buyer leads? That's what I use for my thing here. But my headline is just Facebook ads cheat sheet for buyer leads. It's very simple. It's kind of a condensed version. Your call to action, or your tugging at emotion goes here. And then the next line should be kind of the solution to that. I have the solution. Here it is. And then your next line should be the actual link. You need to include the link in the text. And that's kind of a Facebook ad secret. It actually increases your conversions if you include the link in this text portion itself. Okay, so your link description goes down here, and this is right below this headline. And I talked to you. This headline is a variation of the headline you're going to use up here. Remember that? So your link description, really good, kind of tell people what they're going to get when they when they click through. And that's where that's kind of a good example of that. If we're going to use the investor concept, check out these, check out these multifamily properties that have cash flow or whatever it is. Remember, you have to tug at the same emotion. The link description, your headline, your text, all of it needs to have the exact same one desire or one dream or one emotion or one struggle solution through this whole ad. And this is where it's kind of hard because we're so used to, I know when we work with so many investors, and when they sell their properties, a lot of these people, we sold it like kind of in bulk. We would go different places and sell 60 to 80 properties at once. And these properties, they're all the same stinking house. They're all the same stinking property. Really, honestly, the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage homes. Most of these, there's lots of other variations. But when I went to go try and write ads for these houses, how do you write 30 different ads? You got 10 of the exact same house on the market at the same time. So this becomes a struggle. So that's where you revert to the lifestyle. Rather than writing an ad for a house, revert to the lifestyle. And that way you can pick a different emotion for each type of ad. So a different thing. Each person's going to have a different emotion. Say these houses are all in one neighborhood. Okay, well, what does the neighborhood have? Maybe it has a lot of bike trails, hiking trails, parks, connected to a golf course, close to schools. Those are like 5 or 6 different emotions and different processes that you can go through. So you want in this link description just a 5 to 7 word description that's consistent with the text, but tells them what they're getting. Okay. The headline again is a short call to action. It's shortened version of your headline up here, and that goes here in your ad. And then your display link is, like I said, instead of using just the URL link, because a lot of times if you'll notice over here, this URL link is kind of ugly because it's long and crazy. You want to display over this. Now you do want that original link, the whole thing, in the text of your ad. I strongly suggest right now not using like shortened link like Google or a Bitly or anything, or your tiny URL. Don't use those right now. Facebook's not liking them so much. They're not deleting them. They're not penalizing them. Well, I guess they are. They're just not showing them. Users are loving transparency. Conversions are higher, even on those big, long, ugly links. So if your IDX link is really big, long, and ugly, that's okay. You can put it up here in the text anyway. Down here, put something there that's different than the URL, just short and descriptive. Get your thing now, or whatever it is that you're giving. Okay, kind of a quick little take action that's a complement to the call to action. The image, like I said, needs to be clear. It needs to be evoke the ad itself. You need to have an image that's sized 1200 by 628 pixels. If you don't know how to size an image, I keep making marks all over this document. Sorry, guys. If you don't know how to size the image, go to picmonkey.com. It's free. Upload your image and size it in there. Real quick and easy, fast and easy. Make sure your image is sized to Facebook specifications. And for buyer ads, it's 1200 by 628 pixels. If you do, they like you, they reward you, they'll promote your ad. And you'll get some organic engagement as well. And then the call to action button, there's a whole bunch of variations that Facebook offers. So you could do a shop now button, because if they're shopping for houses, or you could do a get more information or more info or join now, whatever it is your call to action needs to be for that ad itself. So I'm going to go back over here to, I think we're done with done with that. Okay. Right now I'm going to go to, let me pull this up, the leads, because I'm going to go into questions here. I'm going to go to the leads and leverage Facebook page, and I'm going to do the post real quick. What is your aha from today's Facebook ad? Oops, sorry guys. And I'm going to post this, and you guys can just respond to that and let me know what your aha is while we're going over Q&A on there. And it's on the page. It's facebook.com leadsandleverage.com, or facebook.com leads and leverage. And then I want to go ahead and address all of your questions. Really, we've got at least 30 minutes. I will go through, answer your questions, and see how I can help you guys. Let me know too, in the questions itself, what's your aha, or do I need to clarify anything for you? Did I not go deep enough on something that you have more questions on? Anything like that. Okay, so Deborah K asks, okay, I just posted a new listing, which is one house. I guess I should have waited until after the webinar. I was going to list 3 of my reduced listings separately. Are you saying not to do this? Okay, so Deborah K, if we're talking about ads, you'll have more success capturing and converting if you do ads based on lifestyle. So basically it's a home search ad, but you're narrowing it down, not just, hey, come search for homes if you're looking to buy a home, but you narrow it down to a specific lifestyle. You're going to get a lot more. I mean, you're going to, and you target to people that would work in that lifestyle, your conversions are going to be a lot higher. You're going to capture a lot more. So listings are okay if you need to appease your seller. Otherwise, really target for homes, like I said, lifestyle and basically lifestyle, and bring those people into your database, and then get to know them better and nurture them. And then you'll know what their needs are, and you can go deeper for them. So Rob says, our MLS doesn't allow for individuals to have IDX with capture on our sites. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. That is wow. That I would be on the MLS committee fighting that tooth and nail. That's just crazy archaic. Another suggestion, would be a different type of ad. I mean, there are ways around it, Rob. It's a little harder, but there are ways around it. That would be an ethical bribe ad. Like for example, I offered the Facebook, in my ad, I did a Facebook ads cheat sheet, and then I gave the Facebook ad cheat sheet that I just showed in this thing in exchange for an email address. So that would be a way to do it. Now, an ethical bribe, if you're a member of NAR, there are pamphlets and booklets that you can get for free that NAR gives realtors for free. And you could actually create an ad centered around that pamphlet or booklet, but use the same concepts that I just taught. Don't just say, hey, so let's example lead-based paint. Let's pretend, I don't know your market, but let's pretend that you live in a market with a lot of historic homes that are over beyond 1974, older than 1974. So, and you have this lead-based paint brochure that you can give out that lets people know about it and things like that. Don't just say lead-based paint, but just say, something along the lines of, what do you think, the number one thing that could hold up your house from closing? If you want to sell your house, the number one thing that will stop it from selling, something along those lines. Well, that is a huge thing. It's lead-based paint. If you have scratched lead-based paint, things like that, that does. So you could give away that brochure in exchange for an email. or a name and phone number and then you know that people are, number one, they have a house that's older. Number two, they're interested in selling. So they want to know what it is that's going to prevent them from selling. So that's another way around it. In the meantime, I mean, I would use that, but I would also be fighting like tooth and nail in that MLS. Jim asks, when should you ask them to register on the IDX? Immediately. Well, they should see your list. So they need to see what they're getting. You need to show them that you actually have the solution that you said you had in the ad. So this is the solution. There's basic information. The address is there. I guess they could go. But if they're interested, they're going to go deeper. Like you're going to want more pictures. People want to see photos if they're looking. So then that's when I registered. If you notice between here and here, there was the registration that I had to register. And it still gives me the information, gives me the details, and I can see more information on here. So that's when you need to have registration between the list and the first detail. Okay, so Deepak is asking, can you say the site name too? Okay, Deepak, would you please do me a favor and re-ask that question, but explain where you're asking. Where should the site name be? Are you talking about on the ad itself? So we were talking about on the ad itself here. I wouldn't. It's going to be connected to your Facebook page. So they're going to see that it's a realtor or at least a real estate home living site. So if I'm not answering that question, I would not put, myrealestatesite.com. I wouldn't do that. I would give the call to actions because you're appealing to the emotions and all your, as far as legality and your disclaimers, they'll be on the site itself where they go, and they'll also be on your about section of your page. Oh, you want, okay. And then the second question from Deepak is, do you want me to put yes, I will actually, it's Pick Monkey. I will actually send you the link. Let me write this down. I will send you the link to the image resizer, and I will send you the link to the Facebook ads cheat sheet if you did not get it, so you can use it. It's really funny when I created this. I created it because our Facebook Domination Secret members were wanting some sort of cheat sheet to help them, and I created it, and and they helped me. And now I use it. I have it laminated and I use it all the time because I realize that I forget, oh yeah, that's what that is. Where does that go? I forget where they go. So, and I do a lot of ads, so I still do that. So I'll send you those links, Deepak. So Joe is asking, where are the best places to get images on the internet? Okay, so for these kind of ads, one of the best places is Shutterstock. Their terms of service are appropriate for you. Their copyright is appropriate for you. It's about $10 an ad. So if you buy 5 ads for $50, or you could do the whole monthly subscription thing, but Shutterstock is a great place. I know there's other places, but you need to research their copyright and terms of service and make sure you can actually use the ads the way you want to use them. So I recommend Shutterstock. I'll send you guys that too. Okay. Deborah K says, my aha is learning the format. Excellent. Hey, Deborah, take that over to the page, this page here, and put it in the post here. And I'll actually pull this post up. And so Rebecca's asking, can you clarify about not using a Bitly link? Yes, absolutely. Right now, Bitly's fine. Facebook does not, it does not have a problem with Bitly links. However, what we're noticing, and this is across some of the high-level expert Facebook ads people, they're noticing that conversion rates are higher on the very transparent leads, even versus you can customize a Bitly link, even versus the customized Bitly links, the transparent links are converting higher. People are clicking them higher. And this is within the text portion. Remember, I showed you in this text portion up here. It's within that portion that they're clicking through at a higher rate. So right now, users on Facebook really are liking really, really obvious transparency. So go for it. So Marilyn said, my aha was to be single focused and not to try to cast a big net. And make sure you go over to that post, Marilyn, and post that. But that's a huge one. One of the things that I've really worked with when our FDS members, when they're bringing out there, okay, what's wrong with my ad? What can I change? And we discuss it and go over it. One of the biggest things is we're so compelled to, if this specific thing isn't right for this specific person, we want to make sure that they know, oh, but we have this, we have this, we have, that's kind of like ingrained in us because we don't want to lose a sale. But you're not going to lose a sale. You're trying to qualify your traffic on that particular ad. So if you're like, well, if they're not this, then it's this, then it's this is another ad. It's a different ad. It's a different focus. So you'll catch them that way. So that's why you want multiple ads, of course, but keep each one singularly focused. Yeah, that's a big one. I have to remember that because I forget that because, we have a couple different services that we offer. So same thing, real estate. We work with investors. We work with move up buyers, homeowners that want to sell and move up in a certain price point. Those are our two main clients right there. And we can't cross. And a lot of them do cross over because when people are at that move up price point range, they're also getting into the investor range. So, you don't want to cross over your ads. You want them separate. So Facebook says, Steve says, Steve, I'm confused. AHA is not coming on Facebook. I'm so sorry, Steve. I don't understand what you're saying on that one. It might be a sense of humor and I missed it. I'm very sorry. So Steve, he also says our IDX is the same. It will not allow agent IDX feed. It protects the brokers and owners. Actually, it doesn't protect the brokers and owners, just so you're aware. It actually will, no. Anyway, it doesn't get your property sold as much. That's a whole nother. So you need to use kind of the ethical bribe stuff then. So if you're not allowed to have IDX on your websites, you need to beat your MLS upside the head, first of all. And that this is way beyond even syndication stuff. That's just crazy. But then you need to work the ethical bribe avenue and that mode of trying to bring in leads for the lifestyle and stuff. So Kate says, was there a post on Facebook page to tell you our aha moment, or did you want to hear? Sorry, I might be behind on questions. So this is the post. If you go to my page, it'll say, what is your aha? Yeah, lots of people are doing it. So this is great on there. And if you are already a Facebook Domination Secret member, I see several people who are, I'm going to give you guys, I'll talk to you guys if you're randomly picked about something else to give you. If you're not a Facebook Domination Secret member, it'll be 2 months free FDS access. So Nick Carter said, would waiting to ask for the registration on the IDX site until the second or third house is viewed decrease the bounce rate? No, actually, it'll decrease your conversion rate significantly. We're talking probably 70 to 80%, Nick. You're going to increase your conversion rates huge if you require registration between the list itself and the first detail. It's huge. And when we were running the tests on our IDX, we were listening. Everybody in the industry, don't do it. Zillow doesn't do it. Trailer doesn't do it. Realtor, they don't do it. Nobody's going to register. And I listened to that for too long. And then my coach was like, why are you listening to these people? Do it. Just do what works. Okay, fine. So that's what we did. So first we required name and email, and then we started requiring phone number. And it was crazy conversions, huge amount. It was insane. It's so much better. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but it was 70, 80% better. Leads were better, everything. It was just much better. And then we started requiring registration immediately. We would do ads on a very specific listing. And I changed how we do this now, but we would do ads on a very specific listing, and they could see the details behind faded, but they had to register to see that listing. And they didn't even get this search. This is when we just did an individual listing. So that it became even more powerful. It's so contrary to what we feel will work, but it works. So do what works, not what everybody says works, do what actually works. Okay, so Diane says, my aha was that I shouldn't write ads for individual homes. I was going to do that. Yeah, I can't post to Facebook due to limited bandwidth where I am. Okay, so Diane, you're actually a Facebook Domination Secret member. So first of all, make sure you post your aha member over here, aha post over here. Second, bring that over to the Facebook Domination Secret group, and let's talk about some options for you and see what we can do to help you with that. So Elon, I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. If we don't use tiny URL, etc., how do we shorten the link in the display link? Okay, so here we go. Let me pull this preview up. Down here, you don't need to shorten the link. You just put the link in, and then here you put the text in. Okay, so the website link that you put up here can be long. This is under the website URL. When you're in your ads, it's going to say website URL. Put the whole entire long link. It does not need to be shortened. In your text portion, put the whole long link. It does not need to be shortened. But this link here is going to go here automatically. Facebook does that automatically. And this display link is the text that will go there. So that's how you're going to quote unquote shorten it. You're just going to put text there instead. Okay, so Kevin says, Christina, any good experience with providers for the back end of the ad? Right now I use Market Leader, but they are very limited and they won't allow me to edit my landing pages. Yeah, we've got several members that are having issues with Market Leader because it's so structured the way Market Leader wants you to do it, but not necessarily in a capturing aspect. So let's see, so I'm assuming that you're asking about the landing page. Then when you say the back end of the ad, the link that goes through into the landing page and what the landing page looks like, would you clarify that for me, Kevin? And just kind of iterate your question and clarify that, because there's no organized way on this webinar to keep track of the questions. So you kind of have to repeat it and then clarify it for me, please. Steve, good. You got what I was saying. So Joe says, in Facebook Domination Secret, do you have pre-created ads that are working well that we can use rather than create from scratch? Yeah, actually, we do. In fact, if you got the Facebook ads cheat sheet, you had an opportunity to upgrade, or quote unquote, pay for 3 ads for $7. And those 3 ads are our highest converting buyer ads. You do need to use Power Editor to use them. And I'll send out that link too, that you can, and that way you can kind of test them and see. And then we keep adding more every month. We add one buyer, one seller lead ad. We also test them all, not just in my market, but I test them in other agents' markets that are members of FDS. So that's what I call my guinea pigs. We all joke about it. But I do test them because I want to see them work in multiple markets. So Mitzi, if you're asking a question, Mitzi, about pixels and PicMonkey, would you clarify for me? Or maybe you were providing an answer to someone else who was asking a question and unfortunately doesn't post to everybody. So just let me know if you actually had a question in that. And so Nick asked the question. I think that's the same question you asked before. It was waiting for registration, decrease the bounce rate. I answered that one. And then Kate, you guys are answering each other's questions. This is great. Yeah. So the where I'm asking for your aha moments is on my leadsandleverage.com, the public page for all of you guys on there. Sorry. Yeah, that's why somebody said, Landon said the aha post wasn't showing up for me on Facebook either. It just showed up. Yeah, that's why I asked the question before I started on the Q&A so that it would have time. You guys would have time to go over there. So. Steve said you had a pinned post on your Facebook to the top, so I did not look further down your page. Yep. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm giving away the book, too, if you want to guess when we're going to hit 4,000 fans. So, Deborah Kate, let me know if you got that answered. Now it's over here on the leadsandleverage.com page. So Jim wants to know, how will you let me know when I have won the 2 months free? Jim, what I'm going to do is we're going to write down each of the names on here. We're just going to put the names in a hat and one of my sons draws a name. And then I'm going to announce it in this thread and on our page. And I will send it out via email by tomorrow. So you know. Oh, okay. Jim's asking, what is a good rate to pay for an ad? Okay. So it's different depending on the ad, but these ads that we're talking about for buyer leads, we're just gonna go for buyer leads. What you want to do in your market, you're going to have to, this is something that's not black and white. There's no right specific answer. So you're going to have to test it for your market. When you get this ad set up, you need to be willing to give it 5 days minimum. Okay, 5 24-hour periods, not full 24-hour periods, and a minimum of $10 per day. It's better if you do a full 7 days because you need to go through a full week and at least $10 a day. So you do this ad. $70 is your test of the ad. And you run that test. You want to make sure everything's actually converting. You want to make sure people are resonating with the ad. You want to make sure your targeting is right, that you've actually targeted the person that you're writing the ad to. You want to make sure that the landing page is converting, all of that. When you know it's converting, after 7 full days, you have to put it there and not touch it. This is so hard not to do. But after you've done that, then you can ramp it up and turn it on and off as you desire. You don't have to spend $10 a day every single day indefinitely, but spend $70 over a week and test the ad and see how it's working. See that everything's converting for you. So $50 to $70 at minimum over the course of 5 to 7 days at minimum. So Rebecca says, if you do an ad like you just mentioned, it's probably a little bit ago, about a specific listing and requiring name, phone, and email, how do you follow up? Obviously a call, but what about an autoresponder series? What would you include? Well, you want to, this is why you need to know your target audience, Rebecca. So if you're going to do a specific, it's going to be around a lifestyle, even if it's a specific property, it's still going to be around the lifestyle to tug them and pull them in. So you want to do a follow-up specific to that lifestyle, maybe reach some other emotions, teach them some stuff that particular person, that target, may not know the answer to. Give them information. That's really the goal, is to serve them and give them so that they know, hey, she knows her stuff. They know their stuff. I trust them. I feel safe with them. I feel like they're going to help me. That's what you want to do in all your stuff. And you don't have to write a novel in every single email. It could be quick questions, quick emotions, etc. So Jeff Valentino says, is there much of a difference between posting ads and boosting posts? Huge. I actually have a full-on training on that in the FTS site about boosting posts and why you never want to use them. In a nutshell, if you boost a post, I'll just show you real quick right here. If I go to boost that post, I can't target. The problem is if you do people who like your page, it's not targeted enough. You may have people who like your page that are homeowners, that are move-up buyers. You may have first-time buyers. You may have condo buyers. It's not targeted enough. If it's people who like your page and they're friends, you don't know how to target. You can't target deeper. Again, same thing. And then people you choose through targeting, unfortunately, the targeting here sucks. It's bad. It's bad, bad, bad. And Facebook really heavily pushes this whole boost post thing. You need to go put it into Power Editor and run it through there. The other element that you need to know about this, Facebook is penalizing promotional posts that go out on your page. So for example, if you just put a post out on your page and you run that exact same post as an ad, which is, I have no idea why they're offering boost posts on these, but if you have a post that's clearly promotional, which is an ad, that's what I'm teaching you to do, is do an ad. If you boost that post and you also do an ad on it, so one's going organically, one's going on an ad, that's a no. That's against their terms of service now. So you want to keep your ads completely separate. You want to put them in Power Editor, run them through Power Editor, and pay for them. And you want your give, serve, provide to go out through your page organically. Keep them completely separate. So Aaron asks, wow, I can't keep up. Will there be a replay? Only for my Facebook Domination Secret members. Replays are only available for them. Sorry, guys. But you're here so you can ask me questions and stuff. So Deborah K's asking, is the cheat sheet on Facebook, or is the cheat sheet available for Facebook Domination Secret members? It is, Deborah. I showed you several weeks ago in the, well, maybe not you, but it's under the ads vault. If you look before you go to the ads in the ad vault, there's the Facebook ads cheat sheet for buyer leads. Okay, Kevin, I don't remember the rest of your previous question. That's why I was asking if you could restate your question and then clarify it for me. I don't remember, and I don't know if I answered it well enough or not. So if I didn't, I apologize. Could you put the whole thing in? It's not my screen that I see your questions on. Doesn't allow me to quickly go back and check and stay in order. It's really kind of, it's not a very good question and answer thing. I'm very sorry. So Krista says, we do individual home posts like a new listing or a price reduction as a service to our listing clients. Although you do not recommend doing those types of post ads as a client service avenue, what would you suggest with the new Facebook rules now? Still run it as an ad? Anything that is promotional, blatantly promotional in nature, I would run them as an ad. Now, there are ways around this, Krista. If you want to do, there's ways around this. If you have a new listing and you want to put it on your page, just don't do it like an ad. Pick something out about the listing. Like if it has a really awesome fireplace, take a picture of that fireplace and just put it on your page and say, oh my gosh, isn't this fireplace really cool? And then, or something like that, or whatever it is. And this is a total off the cuff thing, but pick something that's really neat about it. Put a picture on there, put a statement on there, and let people engage on that. And then say, hey, if you want to see more pictures from this property, click here. Something along those lines. Don't make that exactly the same, but don't say new listing. Here's the price. Here, 3 bedrooms. Blah. That's advertising. That's an ad. Okay, so Diane says, does the IDX registration occur from the IDX provider, or would I create a lead pages landing page for the actual capture of the registration info? It actually occurs from the IDX provider. So your IDX needs to capture information for you. So Pia Taylor's asking, is Power Editor in Facebook or is it a separate app? It's actually in Facebook. If you go inside your ads manager, you should have on that list, you should be able to see, I can't show you that on here, but you should see a Power Editor. If you don't, there is an actual link to get right to Power Editor, and you might need to Google that link. Excellent, Mitzi. So that was your aha. Thank you. So Lisa said, I didn't receive any links. Can you send? Yes, Lisa, I will send to everybody that came. I'll send you the information. Let's see, on the cheat sheet, the pick monkey, the Shutterstock, the 3 ads. I'll send that all, guys, to you by tomorrow. So Donna says, on the text, do you leave the link like this? So basically, Donna says, do you leave the link full and completely full, and just like this one, this link right here, just like that? So yes, Donna, and answer your question, what you showed me, yes, that's perfect. Akeem says, I was unable to purchase the 3 ads. Problem with merchant hasn't been resolved. Akeem, I'll have Chuck connect with you directly. Let me get my pen to work. And see what happened on that specific one for you. So I'll have him contact you. It'll be a little bit later this afternoon. Can you, Deepak is asking, can you tell the size page? I'm not sure what you're asking, Deepak. I'm sorry. Could you clarify that and include this original question and clarify that in your question? So Joe's asking, should the landing page always be the IDX login? If my MLS does not allow my IDX login to be the landing page, what other landing page do you recommend? So actually it should be the home search, the list of home search here. And then when they go to look at a specific one, then it requires registration and login. So you should be able to, because you're gonna have the disclaimers here on the bottom, or wherever your disclaimers are, preferably on the bottom. If not, then that's where you kind of have to put a kind of a 2-step process, and this does decrease conversions. You'd need a landing page in between so that asks for their information and then pushes them through to what they're looking for. It's better to tease them. So they can see that you're actually going to give them the information. And this isn't so much a tease. They don't have to go deeper. They could go figure out, Google that address themselves. They don't have to go deeper, but usually they want to because it's sitting right in front of them. It's like having, brownies right in front of you and wanting to have a brownie versus having to go to the store to get a brownie. You're more likely to eat the brownie that's in front of you than you are to go to the store and get a brownie. So it's the same kind of thing. So no limitations on there. Okay, so I'm still not understanding what you're asking, Deepak. I'm very sorry. Regarding the size of the internet site. Jennifer says, the agent you are using as a sample on this webinar uses Property Minder for her website. I'm going to assume that Property Minder is a landing page and it requires registration in order to view the listings. I use Property Minder for my website too, and can I do a Facebook ad right now and do not need to sign up with any other companies? If you can do a single page like this, you're going to have a pretty good, and you can do all those, the four secret things that I talked about. They're not really secrets, but the compelling headline and really targeting the person and knowing the person. You can do an ad right now. Yeah, absolutely. And you don't need to sign up as long as you can. The key with doing this and picking an IDX that allows you to do this is your conversions are higher because you're giving people what they want right away, and you're not decreasing that flow. You're not confusing them, and you're not distracting them. You're keeping the flow going. Thanks, Jem. I appreciate that. So Rebecca says, I see a bazillion autoresponder niches for follow-ups. You could, yes, Rebecca, that's why it's better to, for your follow-up, obviously you want your phone, that's personalized. But the rest, really, you want to give answers. You want to try the question and answers that are kind of across most niches. Clearly, first-time buyers are completely different than move-up buyers. So that's really only two, because there's really only first-time buyers and people who have bought before. Really, there's only those two in residential. There might be people who are higher price points. There might be, if you're going for really ultra high price point, celebrity, things like that, that's a completely different, that is a totally and completely different autoresponder. But when it comes to buyers in general, you have first-time home buyers, and then you have move up, or even move up or move out, meaning empty nesters. So you have those two right there. So that's really only two autoresponders on there. And as far as, I know you kind of went into sellers, high-end seller, golf course seller, beach seller. I guess so you don't really, a golf course seller is not going to have different questions per se than a lakefront seller, unless there's something very unique in your market that you want to put in. And that you can do on an individualized basis. So Nick Carter's asking, is paying for ads by impression or paying by click more efficient? You actually want to pay, you don't want to pay by click. Here's why. Pay by click doesn't mean they're actually clicking through your ad. It actually means they're clicking on the post somewhere. So if they just click to look at your ad, you're paying for that click. That's not actually a click going to the page. So just so you're aware, don't pay by click. If you're trying to go for conversions, you really want to just be either cost per action beyond click or cost per impression, especially if your market's targeted really good. So Mitzi is asking, what is Facebook Domination Secret and what does it cost? I will, Facebook Domination Secret is our monthly membership, and it's, where we have all the trainings and all this kind of stuff. Like this training is going into the what we call our powwow vault or powwow section, the training sections for details and things like that. And what it costs, we have the retail of $147 a month, but if you go through you've gone through and got the lead sheet or cheat sheet, you can get it for $97 a month. And I will send that link to you guys too. If you already have got the ads and stuff, I'll send that link to you guys. So you can at least watch the video and see what's in it, etc. It doesn't commit you to buy. You can just look at it and see what it has. So Susie says, who do you use as your IDX provider? Flex MLS. That's who we use. Love them. Love them. I know there's a lot of fancier ones out there, but they let me do jump links, and it's fantastic. I love it. I can do searches from every conceivable. I can do it by neighborhood. I can do it by zip code, because that's what our MLS has. Now your MLS might be different, but I can do it by price range. I can do it by view. I can do it all kinds of different ways. Mitzi's asking, what do you think of City Blast as a way to promote a listing? A couple of our members checked into City Blast. I don't know if Carmela's on the call or a couple other people that checked out City Blast. I didn't know City Blast actually pushed out your listings for you. I just know that they have feedback on City Blast. So if they're on this webinar, if you guys could give me some information to tell Mitzi, that would be great. Akeem, yes, the offer is still available. I'm going to have Chuck email you later this afternoon. Okay, Nick asked that question twice. So Steve says, can you post the demo link IDX you demoed here so I can show my programmer? I have to use a WordPress page with houses and linked and then have a popover. It's just a basic. It doesn't even have to look like this. So please what I'm trying to show is there's no links up here to go anywhere. There's no links on the side. It's not embedded in a website. It's just the home search. Boomtown, Tiger Lead, any of those are perfect examples of landing pages just to listings without any other options. So that, Steve, hopefully that'll help you. You can use any of those. So Kate's answering, I don't remember who it was, but the property minder or something like that. Yes, you can. I had to contact my support person to make this link for me. So just whoever asked that question. Mitzi's saying income and website box are good for IDX and added pages ease of use. I don't understand that, Mitzi. I'm sorry. You don't want any more options on this page other than what you're actually offering in your ad. That's a big one. So Akeem is asking, if I use IDX, what do I use to capture the info? Your IDX should capture your info. They should have a registration option. If they do not, you need a different IDX. So check with your MLS and find out which IDXs are approved through your MLS and start there first. If you go out and pick your favorite IDX and it's not approved by your MLS, it's going to be a pain. So start the other way. Find out what they've approved first and then see the ones that offer, you want ones that offer registration that you can pick when that registration is. You want one that offers jump links. And like I call them jump links because you can do a search and then create a link specific to that search. So those are the two major things that you want. So Kate says, regarding the property minder question that somebody just asked, I had to get this non-distracting landing page from my support person, and I can set the number of listings a user can view on my dashboard, and I set it to 0. Okay, perfect. Steve found the link. Michael's asking, sorry, could you repeat the cost per click conversation? Yes, don't use cost per click in these ads. The reason why is because cost per click, and Facebook doesn't tell you this, but cost per click on Facebook is click on anything. It's not click through, it's click. So if your ad shows up in their feed and they click on the ad, let me see if I can recreate this real quick just to show you guys in my feed. Let's see if an ad shows up. Any ad, let me see here. Sorry, just a minute. Okay, so this ad right here. So this ad shows up, right? So if I click here, right there, I'm just clicking there to look at the comments on there. That is a click. You're paying for that. What you actually want is to pay for a click that pushes them over to the site that's in the ad. Unfortunately, that is not a cost per click. That is not just a click. It's all these other clicks too. So you don't want cost per click. You want cost per impression. You want to get it out, and you want to get a frequency rate on your ads of about, Digital Marketer recommends, 8 to 10. I do a frequency rate of about 3 to 4, and then I pause the ad because I don't want to exhaust my people. You guys, I don't want to have the same ad running 10 or 20 times in your feed, or 8 to 10 times in your feed. I just don't want. I don't want to annoy you. So you want cost per impression, not cost per click. Oh, that's funny. The very next question was the exact same thing. So hopefully I answered that for you, Elon. Mitzi's getting some good feedback with using the City Blast. Okay, that's great. That's great. I have heard not good things, but okay, so we're down to, there's no questions. I'll go back. I'll still answer questions, but I want to do this real quick. I'm going to have to count how many are on here. Okay, so let me just count them. 1, 2, and there. 1. Hopefully these are in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12. Sorry, that was twice. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just a minute. I think I saw Amanda twice. Nope, I didn't. Amanda's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so it looks like there's 25. I hope that's right. I need to run these. I think it'd be better if I wrote the names down real quick. If you guys will just throw me your questions at the same time, I'm going to write all these names down like I said I was going to do, and just have one of my kids name them. So give me just a minute to do this while you guys are asking questions. So there'll be a moment of silence. here. And then I want to look through, not right now, but I'll look through your ahas. I'm getting there, guys. Nancy, I'm down to Nancy Lamascus, Maryland. Steve, Amanda, Jeff, Valentino. Getting there. Four is Paula. And I have 25, and I'll do a quick refresh since I get Krista's name down here and make sure I got everybody. Got a couple more. Okay, so we have, this is the last refresh I'll do. So if you didn't get it on, it's going to be too late. 27, so we have. Okay, so I have 27 actual people. So I put your names down and I put a number by it. I'm going to call one of my kids over to guess a number between 1 and 27. And I'll let you know who that is. Hold on just a second. I need your help. Could you please just don't look at the thing. Pick a number between 1 and 27 for me.
19.
19. All right, 19 it is, and that is Steve Hutta. So Steve won 2 months free access, and Chuck's going to take care of that for you, Steve. Aaron said, wow, Kathy Griffin has totally copied your vocal delivery style. So I don't know. She's been around longer than me, so and I don't actually watch her, so I guess I would copy her, but I don't watch her, so I don't know. If we sound similar, that's funny. So anyway, so that's pretty much it. If you guys don't really have any other questions, we're good. We're actually over our time, but hopefully that answered questions for you. You can always ask them. Remember the Facebook for Real Estate group over here. Facebook for Real Estate. It's open to everybody. It's groups/for real estate agents, and you can ask questions in there. I can follow up with them in there for you as well. I'll send you out the email with all of the follow-up, the questions you guys asked that ask for resource and stuff. I'll send that out to you. You'll get it by tomorrow. And we'll go from there. And Steve, I will get you your 2 months FDS access.